What's up, everybody? My name is Patrick, and this is One Dumb Dude TV. If you haven't been here before, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I'm dropping all kinds of cool stuff and funny videos and food challenges and food reviews and mukbangs and, just vlogs and all kinds of stuff. Pokemon openings, you never know what you're going to find here on my channel. But today I kind of wanted to do is it one of those story time type of things where I do something or something happens to me and I talk to you guys about it? Well, I went out and I got a second job, and it's been interesting. So my second job is actually at a very popular place that all of you probably know and love and, wonder how they have their stuff together so well. So today we're going to talk about my first week at this place. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you where I work now. So just bear with me. So I am a cook at Chick-Fil-A. So, right, like I said, this is supposed to be my part-time job. I still have my full-time job. I'm still working 40 hours a week there. But, I wanted a little extra income coming into the holidays. 2020 has been nuts. So, I just wanted to have a little extra money, maybe even pay down some debt and just, after a crazy year, just give the kids and my girl and, some close friends some great presents. So I applied to GameStop. Well, I applied to GameStop on the week that the PlayStation 5 came out. So they weren't going to call me back, and I'm too, dumb to realize that. So I applied at Chick-Fil-A. So I applied to Chick-Fil-A, and they called me back the next day. I had an interview, I want to say that day, and I met with a guy, and he, we vibed really well. He liked my answers to his questions. He felt like I fit their mold or their brand. So I accepted the position. And, I work pretty far away from where I live. And so I applied at a Chick-fil-A that was close to my primary workplace. All right. So that was a Friday, I think. And that Sunday, GameStop calls me back. So I took the position with Chick-fil-A instead because I had already kind of made that commitment. So Monday is my first day. When I walk in, it's, hey, how are you? Everybody's super nice. They're hustling, they're bustling. You see those long lines. And so I go in there, and I've been out of the restaurant world for 5 years now. And so I'm in there, and they're like, hey, man, we're going to teach you. They give me a little walk around where the fryers are, where the breading table is, where the washing machine is, or dishwasher, sorry. Where the front people hang out, everything. They just walked me around, and, it's pretty interesting. It's a small place. So this place was a franchise, and the franchisees decided to retire. So corporate, took over control of this actual location. And for some reason, not going to get into all that, but they fired the whole kitchen staff. So they're hiring a bunch of new people. So my first day and a half, the dude that trained me was, a young kid. He's 16 years old. I'm 30. And he'd only been there for a month. But, luckily for me, this 16-year-old had it together, and he took, very well to the position. I think he had worked, in another restaurant briefly. And so he knew what he was doing. He showed me, and I feel like I got trained very well by a 16-year-old. And so they threw me on the fryers, and they showed me how it all worked. The guys putting the food together, they're looking at order screens. They're seeing stuff. They put the rack up there. Hey, nuggets up, fillets up, strips up. And that alerts the guy who's making the chicken breading. And he makes those things, whoop, whoop, whoop. He comes over and he sticks them into the fryer. I actually dip them into the fryer, and we're moving stuff back and forth. And it's crazy, And I did that for about an hour. And then I switched over to the breading table. So pretty much every piece of chicken that left that Chick-fil-A that day, and for the rest of the week, really, was touched with these hands, wearing yellow gloves. Because at Chick-fil-A, if you're wearing yellow gloves, that means you are touching raw chicken, and you're not allowed to touch anything else in that kitchen besides what is on the raw side. You got a yellow apron. You got yellow gloves. You got a yellow mop. You got a yellow squeegee. You got yellow box cutters. You got yellow all kinds of stuff. Everything is yellow. That signifies raw. When you bread up some chicken and you're coming out, you say raw, and everybody parts. Everybody's out of your way because that raw stuff don't need to touch anything else. They're super big on food safety at Chick-fil-A, which they should be everywhere. But if anybody was wondering if Chick-fil-A had it together inside like they do outside, they definitely do. So when those little tins come up and it says nuggets, it says filet, it says spicy, and then there's grilled nuggets and grilled fillets. There's also a little computer right behind me. So whenever they say nuggets, I look behind me, and that computer is a part of an algorithm that, you know, I think goes by last year's day and like the last 6 months, and pretty much, I guess, at that time of day, what, you know, how much chicken they sold. So if it's slow, that thing might say, oh, just make 4 chicken breast fillets, or make 2 grilled fillets. And if it's booming, and you can tell when it's booming, that thing might say make 20 fillets, make 15 fillets. And that's what you do. Boom, boom, boom. You bread it all up. You put it in the fryers for the guy, and he dips it into the thing. And it's very efficient. So for being in a kitchen where, you know, it's not very many people have been there long and know everything what they're doing, they've learned in the past month and a half maybe, that place is still run super efficient. For a restaurant that employs mostly 16-year-olds and 17-year-olds, that place is still run super efficiently. And, you know, I've met a few 21-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, and they'd all been there 4 to 5 years already. You know what I mean? So Chick-fil-A is doing something right when it comes to their employees. And after a week of being there, you know, talking to some of these guys, everybody loves it. You know, and of course, the situation that we're in at this point in this restaurant kind of sucks because, you know, we're short-staffed, and, you know, you got to learn quickly, and things are moving, and it's crazy. But it's hustling and bustling. They're making money. They're doing it right. And yes, they say my pleasure to everything. And it's not just the customers. You know, if I drop some chicken, or somebody drops some chicken for me into a fryer or whatever it is, and I say, hey, thanks, that dude responds with my pleasure. And it's crazy, you know, it's just that's something that they live, something they eat and they breathe. And so yeah, it's cool. So I get off my regular job at 3:30. I had to move some times around. I get to Chick-fil-A at 4. I'm working all the way to close, which is 10. My out time is technically 11. But since we're all so short-staffed and everybody's kind of learning where everything is, you know, we're there until 11:30, 11:45, you know, and it's just probably going to be like that for a little while. Because I've really only learned these 2 positions, and I've really only cleaned up in one position, the breading table. Clean the breading table down, break everything, put saran wrap on certain stuff, put, stickers on it, dates, and all things like that. So it's hard to help do the rest besides maybe like the floors or wipe down counters, because, you know, a lot of these machines come apart and they have to be washed, and a lot of these dish pans and those things, they go in certain places. But, you know, and not everybody knows where they're going, you know, because we're all new. But, and so I wanted a part-time, wanted to work 20, 30 hours a week, you know, and my first week I ended up working like 38 hours. So that's what happened. That's what happened for me. So that's last week I worked like a total 80 hours, and it was crazy, and I was tired, and I wasn't home very much. But I mean, those are the kind of sacrifices you got to make. What else? So at the end of the night, you know, we start breaking things down. We start, you know, throwing water, cleaning the floors, doing things like that, throwing out old chicken, you know, saving what you can save and getting rid of what you need to get rid of. And as I said, it's a bunch of young kids that work in this place, even in the kitchen. You know, and there's always like an adult figure around, obviously, but in the kitchen, these kids are working hard. You know, so if you have any question about, you know, the merits of the workers that are in Chick-fil-A or what's going on in those places, these kids are working hard. There's 2 kids there that I know, that I met. They're actually brother and sister. Both of them have two jobs. One's 16, one's 17. Both of them have 2 jobs. You know, there's some hustlers that are working at this Chick-fil-A. They're very helpful. They're very respectful. There's not, you know, any cussing that goes on in this Chick-fil-A kitchen. Every now and then you hear somebody say shit. And, you know, you'll get somebody yelling at you from across the kitchen. You can't say that. And, you know, it's just, it's a different environment for me to be in, going from the kitchen that I came from years ago, where we're all cussing, screaming, and throwing chicken at each other. But, you know, that's how it is in full-fledged restaurant kitchens. You know, things are going crazy, and you got to make stuff, and it's wild. But Chick-fil-A's process is definitely efficient. It moves quickly. For me, at least, there hasn't been a whole lot of downtime. I'm sore. My hands are sore. My back is sore from standing over this breading table. It's just, there's not a whole lot of downtime because everybody wants Chick-fil-A. There are times that it's slower and you have time where you can catch my breath or maybe prep some food or whatever. But as far as, you're consistently working. It's steady work pretty much the whole shift. And, you get a 30-minute break. So that's cool. And it's paid. And you get free lunch. So that's pretty dope. I know a lot of places still don't give their employees free food. And it's wild because, these meals are costing them, very little. But so Chick-fil-A, everybody's pretty nice. Everybody's a hard worker so far. Free lunch, 30-minute break. I think you got to work a certain amount of time to get a break. But, I'm working 7.5, almost 8-hour shifts every day, 5 days a week. So I'm getting that break. But I haven't eaten yet. Because I don't want to, I come from one position and I go to another position or one job to another job. And I feel like if I eat, a chicken sandwich or something, I'm going to come back with the itis and want to go to sleep. So I don't want to shrink my productivity. What else is there? I want to say that they offer benefits up to a certain amount for part-time and full-time employees. A lot of the guys that are shift leads and supervisors there, they started, on the bottom, just like the rest of, other employees at Chick-fil-A, and they work their way up and they like it. And, it's pretty cool, the culture that they have there. And I haven't heard anything really negative yet. Pay's not bad. What else? I mean, it's been fun. It's fun getting to meet new people and to do a new job and something that's not overly difficult. Because I'm going to tell you, it's not difficult. Even though it looks like, man, these guys are kicking ass. Yeah, people are working hard, but it's not a difficult job to make. When I got hired, the interim general manager told me, it's only chicken, Patrick. It's only chicken. And it is. It's only chicken. But you're going to move fast and you're going to constantly work. So you gotta make it happen. And like I said, I am sore because it's getting used to new mechanics at a new place, and I'm working 16-hour days, so you're gonna be a little tired. But yeah. So that's my first week at Chick-fil-A. It's been exciting. It's been fast paced. We got another week coming up. We're off on Thanksgiving, so I'm gonna make that up by working a Saturday. I don't plan on working very many Saturdays because, like I said, I don't live close to my job, so I try to keep it Monday through Friday. But yeah. So if you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. This is the first week for me at Chick-fil-A. It is as amazing and as awesome so far as it looks from the outside. And, if you are a young person looking for employment, I would definitely say that you could find an early career at Chick-fil-A, and maybe even, a career for your down the line future self, because it seems to be a pretty amazing company so far. All political leanings and beliefs to the side. All right, guys, I'll talk to you next time, and I appreciate you watching this video of my first week at Chick-fil-A.